As we slowly unravel the secrets of successful parenting, don't you just feel so blessed to hear it from our co-single parents and how these are applied in a single-parent home? Just a quick review. The acrostic for the secrets of successful parenting is M.O.T.I.V.A.T.E. So far, we have discussed M for modeling, O for open communication, T for time, and today I am privileged to share with you the fourth principle of intimacy. I came to know about this concept back in October 2016. CCF Maine hosted a parenting conference called Counterflow. I learned a lot during that conference, but there were a couple of principles that really struck, and one of those was the principle of intimacy. That topic is something that is very dear to me, as it has helped me making my solo parenting journey easier and super fun. My eldest is turning 20 in December. I have a 12-year-old son, and my youngest, my baby girl, just turned 11 a couple of days ago. The underlying principle of intimacy is that the closer the relationship, the greater the influence. Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be deceived, bad company corrupts good morals." When we have a close relationship with our children, we are able to influence their thought process, life choices, and decisions, but with major impacts such as careers, friends, and even the choice of spouse. When a parent is close to their child, the less they are influenced by their peers. The biggest challenge is, how do we build quality relationship with our children? In our case as single parents, this even becomes more of a challenge since we have to take on more responsibility as compared to a household with two adults at the helm. Because there are too many responsibilities, we often find ourselves running out of time to do what we have to do. There is also that issue of lack of financial resources that hinders us from enjoying activities. Confronted with this reality, what can we do to establish intimacy with our children? Having to take care of 3 children with a wide age gap, I have discovered that we can combine activities to connect the family. I always reserve my Sundays to be just the 4 of us, except for first Sundays, which we spend with my spiritual family, which is Tita Zoni's big group, where we have lunch at the CCF cafeteria. This allows my children to know who my friends are, which is part of them getting to know me the way I want to get to know them individually. On other Sundays, we eat out after attending service because, as I've told my kids, we are celebrating God's faithfulness to our family. It is a day reserved for my children, guaranteed that I can give them undivided attention. On Sundays, I accomplish 3 things. I get to spend time learning about God, we spend quality time with each other. Being surrounded with all the love from my children is enough to give me rest and help me recharge for the coming work week. During the rest of the week, I combine chores with spending time and connecting with them individually. My eldest is currently a college junior, and even if she's still in college, I still pick her up from school so I can have my one-on-one with her. It is during these car rides that I can talk to her about adult things that may not be appropriate for her younger siblings. We can talk without any distraction. It's just me, her, and traffic. I am very proud of what she has accomplished academically, but I am even more prouder at her accomplishments from her extracurricular activities. She is an officer for numerous organizations, but this particular organization has been her favorite since she was a freshman. This is called SPEED. It's an organization focused for advancing opportunities for persons with special needs. She shared with me her passion for serving the marginalized sectors and her plans to be a human rights lawyer someday. Since I am aware how important SPEED is to her, I always make it a point to be available whenever she needs my support. And I am secretly flattered when she asks for my advice, and even more so when I see that she follows them. The next principle that I could contribute to our discussion is that connecting with our children does not need to be expensive. Having these moments with our children does not have to be expensive, as there are plenty of activities that can be done for free. My kids and I like going out for a run in UP or sometimes just around our village. Prior to the lockdown, I would invite one of the kids to walk with me to our neighborhood store to buy stuff that I forgot to buy in the grocery. Sometimes, when one of them is doing the dishes or doing the laundry, I would just hang out with them and talk to them for a while helping them out with the tasks. This is my way of spending time with them individually with no cost or just very minimal cost involved.
Our family loves to talk and eat. My ate and I usually talk about boy bands, stuff shooting in social media, and food. I like to watch Minecraft YouTubers, which I then discuss with my kuya. I spend time with mommy when she is in the kitchen. This is my special time with her, talking about my concerns, sometimes my crush, when people hurt me, and how much I love my dog. I also talked to her when I was thinking of whether I should stay with Saints Ministry or not. I remember that we prayed together, so God will help me decide.
The older they get, like they are now, topics are becoming awkward, difficult questions to answer, worldly views that they suddenly have opinions about. But instead of judging them, we can use this opportunity to help them process everything from a biblical perspective. Always be that safe space where your kids are allowed to pour out their hearts, share their dreams, their disappointments, and their ambitions without fear and judgment. We represent Jesus to our kids, and who would give us the best example on how to listen with our hearts and our ears than Jesus himself when he spoke to the Samaritan woman by the well. I asked permission from my 12-year-old son to share this story. One morning, it was only the two of us awake. He told me to sit down as he had something to confess to me. Of course, I was nervous. That was the first time that it has happened. He proceeded to confess that he attempted to watch porn on the internet, but found it to be disgusting and ended it right away. Instead of reprimanding him, I took that valuable moment to refresh our discussion about purity and God's design for sex and marriage. We also prayed together and he asked forgiveness from God. After that, he said, "Aren't you going to get mad at me?" I said no, because you admitted to me, and I told him that I was thankful he was courageous to own up to his deeds and to confess to me. That conversation opened a new level of intimacy as mother and son. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 6 to 7 instructs us, "These words which I commanding you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your sons, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up." One other important thing that we can do to establish intimacy is to ask forgiveness from our children. By asking forgiveness from them shows humility and acknowledges our fallibility as human beings. I have learned to ask my kids how I can improve as a mother to them, and I'm quite surprised at some of the answers that they have given me over the years.
My mom apologized to me when she knows she is being mean to me. I remember one time she yelled at me for going past my bedtime by 4 minutes. I felt that she was being inconsiderate, but because I'm close to mommy, I was able to talk to her about it, and ended it with us apologizing to each other. I also witnessed my mom and my ate having a huge fight. They were yelling and crying. I felt very worried, so I prayed to God to help me that time. My mom apologized. My mom said that we can always tell her if she hurts us because she may not be aware of it, just like what happened to my ate.
Having intimacy with our children is also very important because it is in these moments that we fill their love tank and create wonderful memories of who we are as their parents. Not with presents or vacations we can provide, but these small intimate moments that will bring to our children memories of how much we love them and that we are always their champion. Our children need these memories for times when we fail as parents, such as in kept promises, work that demands us to be away from our families during special events, or when they call us at work and we can't answer because we're in front of our boss or we're in the middle of a presentation. It is easier to understand and to forgive each other when love is already established. While I am blessed that I am with my children 24/7, some of us may have a different setup. Due to circumstances beyond our control, our kids may not be with us physically. We can still establish intimacy with them by making the most out of technology. We have plenty of communication platforms that allows us to spend time virtually with our children. Technology has allowed us to do more than talking online. We can now watch movies together and play games. When I was still working in an office and the kids were younger, I would send them pictures of what I am eating, what I am doing, and sometimes short videos of my office mates saying hi to them. I encourage you to get to know their interests. The more time you spend with your kids and getting to know them and letting them get to know you, the more topics you can actually have. If they are with your ex-partner who is still angry with you, be at peace with them so that they can also establish your parent-child relationship. If there are unresolved hurts between you and your children, the good news is God is in the business of restoring relationships. Take the initiative and reach out to them. Matthew 19:26 reminds us, with man, this is impossible, but with God, all things are possible. We can lift up to Him whatever circumstances there are that can hinder intimacy with our children. By social standards, my family is not considered as complete, but God, in His loving goodness and as a fulfillment of His promise to be the father of the fatherless, has taught us ways for our family to have a close, loving relationship, and that makes our family whole. Thank you so much, and I hope that you were able to learn a lot of things from me today.